Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do the battle of the blenders. So I watch another content creator here on YouTube. Her name is V.I.D.E.O.S. I will leave her video down below. And I seen her review this product and she raved about it. So I wanted to pick one up and try it myself. And that is the Juno & Co. Fusion Sponge. It looks like this. It first off looks like something you would have wore in the 90s. I think my mom literally has a pair of pants with the same color and same material and everything. I think it's supposed to be like the finish that a brush and a sponge gives you. So if you like the way a brush applies your foundation, but the way the beauty blender makes your foundation look, it's supposed to give that like effect. So if you like that kind of stuff, maybe you should check it out. But if you guys want to see my review and my thoughts on this product, go ahead and keep watching. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe down below and hit that little notification bell next to it, and that'll inform you every single time I upload a new video. But without any further ado, let's get on to the battle. I ordered this. I seen Jordan Byers' video on the Juno & Co. sponges, the the velvet looking sponges. I'm not sure what they're called, so give me 1 second. And I ordered from them, and there's other stuff in here too because of the other stuff I've ordered. This is such a cute box. But I ordered from them a color switch ordeal, which if you guys know how to use this thing, let me know. Are you supposed to add water? I'm not sure. And then I've got 2 sponges here. I have opened one and I was getting it wet to see what the difference is. And just to see like if you're supposed to get it wet, because I didn't read no instructions, so I will go through what you're supposed to do on here, I guess, because I think they do come with instructions. So like I said, I did open one of these. Like this one is not opened, and then this one is opened. And one thing I will say right off the rip, when we got this wet, it ripped. I don't know if like my roommate was going a little too hard, but it's like not even a deep rip. Like it's literally what you can see is where it ripped. So I don't know if like that's, it goes to show like maybe the outside layer is not durable, or I don't know. But this is what it looks like. This is the one that we got wet, and after it got wet it did get a little bigger. Let me take this out of the bag so I can show you. But like this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looked like after. As you can tell, it obviously did expand, and like even the texture's different now, and the colors. Let me read the instructions. And it came with this little booklet, and it does not say anything in it. And I will say their website is so cheap. I will leave the website down below, and I've heard nothing but good things about this website. So I mean, for $11.95, that's shipping and everything, I got all 3 of these items. That's not bad at all. But anyway, I'm taking the instructions out of this, the open one, and it says use it wet or use it dry. Oh, okay. So it says use it wet. It says wet and squeeze, and then it says use to apply liquid foundation and use to apply concealers and contouring. Avoid using too much product the first time. Fully wet your Juno sponge by Fully wet your Juno sponge by running it under water and squeeze out any excess liquid to begin. Apply a dime size amount to the back of your hand to start the application. Gradually add more product to stipple and achieve the coverage you want. Be sure to dab and blend for the most flawless look. Just like a typical ordinary blender. I guess that's what you would do. And then for the other side it says use it dry to apply loose powders and to apply blush and highlighters. And then it has how to apply dry makeup products. Make sure your sponge is dry. The dry microfibers will act as a brush hairs to help distribute the product evenly. I'm going to apply almost everything with it, and I'm going to do just a simple kind of everyday look with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start my makeup and see how this thing works. So my face is actually looking really good after that horrible incident I had with the face mask. I used a apple cider vinegar mask, like a clay mask, and I had a very bad reaction or something to it. My face was super dry and red and blotchy, and I don't know if it was like chemical burn. It dried my face out really bad, or if I just had a reaction. So I don't know, but it finally is clearing up. It's still dry in spots, but I've just been keeping it super moisturized. But I am using the Dr. Brandt's Pores No More Luminizing Primer. I've been trying to give this stuff a go. I mean, I have a whole giant tube of it, why not? I'm just going to apply that generously all around my face. I usually don't do pore minimizing primers all over my face, but it's supposed to be luminizing. Alright, so I've been using a sponge recently to put my primer on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start dabbing that in. Just like took all the product off. So the first thing I'm realizing is it's like just kind of melting into the sponge. Like, as you can see, there's like a spot here and a big old line right here. I don't know if it's because of like the little microfibers on it or what. So I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation because I want to give it a try with something that I'm not like super obsessed with, rather than something I am super obsessed with, like my Hourglass or my Born This Way, because I don't know, I don't think a brush or a sponge really applies this all that great. Like, a brush gives me the coverage, but it makes me look cakey, and a sponge doesn't give me the coverage. So I guess we'll try. I'm just gonna do 3 pumps because it said use a light bit. Literally, like, just soaks in there. Yeah, like, I don't know, I just don't love this foundation. I don't like the way it sits on my skin. I don't like the way it looks. I'm like just adding a second little bit right here to see if it will build it up nicely. You know what? I'm actually gonna do the other half of my face with a normal blender. Okay, so that didn't suck up as much as I thought it would. Or it was. I don't know. Alright, this is actually the legitimate beauty blender. It's the black one, and I'm going to take what's left on my hand and start applying that. But I will say that already, like, it's gone. And I've only done this much of my face. And I don't even feel like it's enough. So I'm gonna do 2 more pumps. Okay, so I literally have used every bit on the back of my hand, and I didn't even get all of my neck. So that was like 3 pumps on each side, and I didn't even use all 3 on this side. So for starters, the Juno & Co sponge does take less product. Automatically, I already see that, which is great for me because I use a ton of foundation. Secondly, you can really kind of see it in this area, like right here at the part of my cheekbones and right here underneath my eyes. that I feel like right in this area is a little more sheer on this side, on the Beauty Blender side, than the Juno & Co side. So let me just get really close and show you guys the two sides and see if you guys see a difference. I think I really like this sponge. So it says you can use it for everything. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to use the same products on both sides. I'm just going to use a Beauty Blender and the Juno & Co sponge. So I'm going to take my Shape Tape, and for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to keep it to this area of my face. I'm not gonna do all the extra parts of my face. I'm just gonna do underneath my eyes, so that way we know it's what. So for my concealer, I'm going to just say this right now. I like my Beauty Blender better. If you look at this side, the coverage is more full compared to this side. Like, you can still really see the bags. You can see them underneath both eyes. Doesn't really matter because no matter what, I'm gonna have giant bags because I just do. But this one I feel like is just more predominant and like more noticeable than this one. So maybe I blended more on this side, I don't know. But for right now, I like the way this side is looking, and it has less cracking and more coverage. I would just zoom you guys in so you can see. Alright, so since I really don't do cream contouring, the only real product I have is this Revlon Color Stay Concealer in the color 06 Deep. And I used to use this all the time for contouring, so that's why I have it. And I used to have a bunch of these, but this was the only one that I really liked, so I'm just going to do a line on each side. And then go in. So, obviously this is a Beauty Blender side. I'll show you this first. You can barely tell I have cream contour on. Not mad at it. Now look at this side. So, this, for starters, took me so much longer to blend in the product. And I honestly blended it out, and then I didn't think it could get much better, so I just said screw it. And then I went to this side and blended it out, and it blended out, 1, really fast, and 2, really flawlessly. And then I went back in with this because I was not happy with the way that was looking, so I kept blending in. That took me forever, and I'm still not really happy with it. By the way, this is like a weird butthole on it, and it looks like poop around a butthole because, like, for some reason all the product like wants to stick to that. round one foundation, I liked this better. And I really do like this sponge for my foundation. But that's really the only thing I use a brush for. So maybe that's why I like the Beauty Blender better for concealer and contour. I don't know. I'm gonna go with powder next. So I'm gonna just use my Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous translucent setting powder, just because I know this will show up and you will be able to see it really well on each eye. So okay, so obviously you can already tell which one I'm gonna like better for powders, because I do use a brush sometimes for powder. This one wins, so it's tied 2-2, and only because I didn't have to keep picking up product with this. Like, I dipped it in once, and I didn't even like, this had way more product on it. I feel like you see the big old space that the powder was on. This one was literally like this much of it. And I didn't have to keep dipping back in to do almost my whole entire right side of my face. So that was kind of cool. But this, I had to dip in 3 times. That's 2. 3 times 4. So just to get this line, and then pack it under my eye, pack it on my smile line, and then swipe it across my face. And usually I just take a brush and wipe it all away, but this just did like the job of both with one item, so I really do enjoy that. So I don't think I can really do much else with these, and it's kind of tied 2 for 2, so I don't know. Like, do I think that it's gonna replace my Beauty Blender? Like, now that I've got powder on this side, it doesn't look that bad, and obviously I would go over it with powder, contour, and all that jazz. I don't know. It's kind of tied 2 for 2 right this moment, because I really liked this for items that I would use a brush typically for, but I liked this better for stuff that I would prefer to have a sponge. I would say it's probably comparable to this, the EcoTools one, and they even kind of have this similar shape, which I really like that edge. But the only downside that I don't like about this little contraption is, that I wish it did have, that the Beauty Blender has, is that point. It was really kind of difficult to like get in this area, like the hard to reach places. Like, it's easier to kind of get in your nose, but then again, like, there's a curve to it, so I don't know. Like, I like that it's a little firmer, especially for those hard to reach places, but it would be nicer if it were to have a pointed edge like this, or even, you know, something like this, because I feel like I don't have as much of a problem getting in there. Or even so, something like this where it has 2 flat edges, because I just turn this on its side and do that. And then I really enjoy this side for up against like my eyes, or to get in my nose, and I can just turn it on its side. So it's like Battle of the Blenders. That was super corny. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the rest of my face real fast off camera. And I'm not going to do nothing kind of crazy. I'm just going to do a quick makeup look, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so after finishing the rest of my makeup, I did not put my lipstick on because I'm about to film another video after this. After finishing the rest of my face, I'm looking at my face up close in the mirror, and honestly, like, I really think I might love this sponge, because in certain spots I feel like this side may look better like right in here, just in this area, looks better. I'll zoom you guys in real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Like right here, it looks better than it does over here. But also, if you look at my smile lines, do you notice that like this one is not as, do you notice that this one is not as like predominant and protruding in your face like this one is? Like this one, this side of my foundation is already setting into my fine lines and my like smile lines and all those little crevices that you don't want. And like I'm looking at the other side and I don't really see that smile line all that much. But if you look up underneath my eyes, this side is definitely worse than this side. And you know, I can chalk it up to like maybe that side just is worse in general, but I've never really paid much attention to it because I know that I crease really bad anyway. So, but I do know that my smile lines are equally bad on both sides, so I like that the way this one looks way better than this one. I don't know, I just feel like this side of my face looks better everywhere but underneath my eyes. But also it took away some of the concealer, I feel like, rather than this side kind of just moved it and blended it in. So I don't know. I have not said it yet, but I am going to use my Master Fix by Maybelline because I really enjoy this. I feel like it always makes my makeup look so much better. That burns when it gets in your eye. Oh yeah, like I feel like this side looks so much better everywhere but underneath the eye. Plain and simple. Like just looking at it, period. Like I would have to say that I probably will have to just keep my beauty blender for my concealer. And I'm gonna keep trying this out. To say that I'm like in love with it, no. Do I feel like it could potentially replace my beauty blender? Maybe. Because my face just looks amazing. I have a hard time finding brushes that I really enjoy and that I feel like make my foundation look good without absorbing all my product, because I feel like brushes absorb so much product. People usually say that the beauty blender absorbs a lot of product, but I actually think a brush does more than a beauty blender any day. But this like you can see that has product, but I feel like it's more so sitting on the surface rather than absorbing into it so much. But I feel like those little microfiber hairs catch the product, so that way it's not like seeping into your sponge. I don't know. If you guys have tried this product, let me know, and I will leave the information for Juno & Co.'s website down below so you guys can check it out yourselves, or maybe order you one or two. I know that for everything I paid like I said, $12. That's not bad by no means, but I think that I'm gonna enjoy the sponge. Like I said, I'm gonna keep using it, trying out, so you guys will see it in future videos. It's not one of those things that I'm just kind of like, meh, I don't want it no more. It's not a flop, it's not a bust, but who knows? We'll see what the future has in store. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!